Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video guys, I found some Riftbound League of Legends at my local Walmart. Last time they had those, it got swiped pretty much immediately. But today we're going to be taking a look at the Viktor Champion deck. So I unfortunately missed out on all the release events near me for Riftbound. It was either on a really bad day or I had something going on. But, you know, hey, I guess for the sake of missing out on the experience, I saved about 10, 15 bucks because these were only 20 at Walmart, which is pretty cool. All right, so I'm trying to get this out without like just nuking the packaging. So we're just going to put old Viktor right there. All right, so here we go. So if I get anything wrong, I don't mention something, apologies. I am very new to the game. So what I love about this is that you do get a pack inside of here. You get a playmat, which is cool, kind of showcasing all of that. And then let's see, you get a deck box. That's pretty cool. So you get a deck box in here as well. It's just basically the cover art for the deck. And then of course you get your rule book in here as well, showing you guys how to play the deck. Before we go into looking at the deck, I guess we will go ahead and pop this pack open, kind of build up the Riftbound collection a little bit. I have some cards because I found 3 packs at Walmart early, and I was able to score some pretty decent stuff. All right, so the first card we got is Playful Phantom, Pouty Poro, Stupefy, Sunlit Guardian, Bilgewater Bully, Shipyard Skulker, Trifarian Glory Seeker, Stacked Deck. This is one of, yeah, it's our battlefield. We got Valmal's Lair. Sounds like a Borderlands character. Facebreaker. That's a cool picture. Then we got Leona. It's going to be our champion unit. It's pretty cool. Then we got Convergent Mutation. Following by Dazzling Aurora. It's pretty good. And then we have a recruit card, which is just a token. And then we got a Steps of Combat. Very helpful there. And then along with that, you can scan QR codes to find out where you can find some League of Legends action near you, which is pretty cool. This is actually my second Dazzling Aurora card, I believe. I have some over here. See, I think I have another Dazzling Aurora. Yeah, so that was my second Dazzling Aurora. And the cool thing about this game, I noticed, is that you don't really get a lot of duplicates when it comes to like pack openings, which is really nice. So I saw like maybe 2 or 3 cards in here. Granted, the set is humongous, so I didn't really see a whole lot of duplicates. All right, now we're gonna try to find, I found the little slit thing here, but I'm gonna try not to like scratch the daylights out of these cards as I open it. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna do my best to go over what some of these cards are, but so obviously we have our, like the main, this is almost like your commander, I guess, of the deck, which is gonna be Viktor, Herald of the Arcane. Really cool. So as you guys can see up here in the corner. So you're going to be limited to the blue and yellow rune type. And then we have Viktor right here without all of his craziness going on. Then we have Himduringer. Sorry. Grand Stratagem. Wrath of Echoes. Orb of Regret. We have 2 copies of that. Then we got some Stupefy. I think we pulled that out of our packs. Call of the Week. We got 2 copies, 3 copies of that. And then we got 2 copies of the Hidden Blade card. And we have 2 copies of Smokescreen. And with these decks, I don't know if like it's best to buy 2 of them, buy 1 of them, and then go for singles. So that's the only thing. Then we have 2 copies of Back to Back. So we have Back to Back, Back to Back. And then we got 2 copies of Spike Call. I'm trying to get them all in the frame here. Then we have 2 copies of Consult the Past, excuse me. And I'm trying to keep the cards on screen for a second, so if you guys can kind of pause and take a look at them. Then we have 3 copies of Soaring Scout. Then we have 3 copies of Eager Apprentice. Is that Victor? Looks like Victor. Then we have 3 copies of Cruel Patron. 2 copies of Jeweled Colossus. All right, and then, yeah, okay, so then we got, I think this is just starter. So I think you can choose one of these 2 cards here. You can choose for your battlefield of the game. You can pick either Trifarian War Camp, or you can choose Grand Plaza. So I'm trying to see. So I think this one, yeah. So that's cool. Trifarian War Camp, I've seen a little bit when I've seen like early games of this. All right, and then we have 2 copies of the Mushroom Pouch card. Then we have 3 copies, excuse me, of Raven Bloom Student. 3 copies of Noxian Drummer. And then we have some more battlefields. Another battlefield, excuse me. We have Altar to Unity. It's pretty cool. And then I think actually, yeah, so this said something about tokens. 1 recruit unit token, so that's where these are gonna come in. So they give you a good amount of tokens, which is really cool. Some games will just give you 1 token, and then it's just kind of like, all right, well, here. Whereas this one, you get a good amount of tokens, and these are actually pretty sweet looking. And then we get a token unit sprite. Give you 2 copies of that, which is really cool. And then here are the rune cards that you'll be using to spend to get your stuff out. And the cool thing about this game is it really reminds me a lot of Lorcana, Magic, and kind of a One Piece sort of vibe to it, especially with how these cards work. At the start of your turn, you'll basically just get them. You'll get like 1 or 2, and this is very similar to the Dawn in One Piece and how that works. So in this deck, you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copies of the Mine Rune or blue. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copies. So a nice little even split of the Order or Yellow Rune, which is really cool. And then some cards, when you play them, will require you to put your runes back into your rune deck. Some of them don't require that, but essentially you'll just kind of get your runes at the start of every turn, and then I'm sure there will be effects, or there already are effects to just kind of manipulate your rune, which is pretty cool. But overall, that is going to be the deck. I really want to go play, just try it out, and just kind of see how it goes. But yeah, that is going to do it for me, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And yeah, if you guys have anything to say about Riftbound, man, please let me know, and I'll catch you in the next one. I have another deck I'm actually going to be opening after this, if you want to go check that out. I almost knocked my tripod off the table. And yeah, you guys take care.
Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.